What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5 on this glorious Top 5 Friday. And guys, so excited. We've pretty much gotten through the 2000s. We're talking about the top 5 albums of 2009, which was such a stellar year in music history, especially rock music. We're going to see right now. If you didn't already see my top 5 songs of 2009 2 weeks ago, you're going to see a lot of the same stuff here, just kind of reinforcing my loves of that year. But let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. At number 5, Them Crooked Vultures, the first and so far, sadly, the only album of these great artists coming together. Dave Grohl on drums, John Paul Jones on bass, and Josh Homme on vocals and guitar. What a super group. I mean, absolutely one of the top 10 of all time. And you know, just from the opening track of No One Loves You and Neither Do I, it's just, you know, you're in for something special. The way that it builds and just totally rocks the hell out once it gets to that doom doom dun 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 dun. And it's like, man, John Paul Jones at this point in his career is still coming up with these amazingly creative bass lines, and I don't even know what, like when you see him play live, he's playing this really weird bass that goes even like an octave lower, it seems. It's just so powerful. And then you got songs like Scumbag Blues, which I talked about a few weeks ago. Bandoleros. I mean, the whole thing is fantastic from start to finish, and there needs to be a follow-up. Come on, guys. That's just my number 5. So now at number 4. Zig, zag, zig, zig. Black Rock. This is the Black Keys with many other hip hop artists. You got Mos Def, you got RZA, you got Q-Tip. I mean, one of the best to ever do it. Some of the other artists that come aboard here who I hadn't heard of, like Nicole Ray, offers some just gorgeous vocals throughout the album on several tracks. I wish that Mos Def was utilized even more than he was on the 2 tracks that he's on, but on the Vista being my favorite, the RZA collaboration, Dollars and Cents, is fantastic. And, you know, Dan Auerbach kind of taking the back seat vocally, but he comes in here and there at the best possible moments. His guitar playing, super tasteful. And of course, the drums by Patrick Carney just sound huge as always, but in the best possible way. And it's just, man, another project that was a one-time thing that should happen again, because I just think this was brilliant and brought rock and rap together in such a great way. Of course, it had been done many times before, but this one just felt very organic and natural. So yeah, can't wait to see that happen again. And that's just my number 4. So now at number 3, Tragic Boogie by The Life and Times. Man, if you guys don't know The Life and Times, please check them out, and please start with this album, because it's just, this was a soundtrack to my life in a very specific period of time that just, it's just totally cinematic. It's timeless. Like just from the opening track of Que Sera Sera, the way that builds in. The drums throughout the album are impeccable. Alan Epley's songwriting on tracks like Old Souls, just brilliant. And then you've got just these amazing instrumentals. One of the best instrumentals of all time, Pain Don't Hurt, which leads right into, Confetti and all these other gems of tracks toward the end of the album, like Catching Crumbs. There's not a weak track on here. It is fantastic. It is, it's hard to put into words, but it's just one of my favorite albums of that decade. And that's just my number 3. So now at number 2, Mean Everything to Nothing by Manchester Orchestra. Oh man, I love this band so much, and this still stands as my favorite album of theirs. I mean, just every track on here is brilliant. You got Pride, which is my personal favorite, which builds up in such a huge way. I mean, talk about rocking out, man. Songs like Shake It Out and I've Got Friends, The River. I mean, every single song on here has something to offer. And when I saw them live on the Simple Math tour, most of the songs they played were from this album, and they just were so huge sounding. But even on the record, they sound huge, man. I just can't get enough of these guys, and they continue to impress me as the years go on. Andy Hull and Company, one of the best out there to do it, and they're from Atlanta. So, hey, that's just my number 2. Now at number 1. Beggars by Thrice, another just career-defining record by one of the best rock artists to be still out there to this day, doing their thing at such a high level. They're one of the most consistent rock bands in rock today, and this still, I think, is their towering achievement just for the title track alone, which is one of the greatest closing tracks of all time. Incredible. Then you've got songs like In Exile, Circles, Double Speak. I mean, the hits just keep on coming. And for those that don't know Thrice, please just stop watching this and check out this album immediately. You're going to become an instant fan, especially if you like rock music of any time or place. This is for you. So guys, that is my top 5. Let me know in the comments below what you think. What would your top 5 be? If you're so bold, leave me a top 10, because there were so many great albums this year. I left off No Line on the Horizon by U2, which I think is a really underrated gem. Just so much great stuff was happening in 2009. But I digress, guys. That is my list. We got top 5s every Friday, album reviews, so much more. Thank you. And as always, Viva La Vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.